Hello and welcome to Uncommonly Good MTG. I am your host, the soniferous, the just, Dr. Yukon Suckit. That's right, my name is Yukon Suckit. You can talk to my mama about that if you'd like to. So we're broadcasting today from our secret underground headquarters deep in the jungles of Honduras, where people Hondur all the time. And I'm bringing you a deck that I found over, where did I find this deck today? MTG Arena, I believe. Yeah, MTG Arena. No, Zone. Yeah. And it's called GRIXIS Reanimator. And supposedly this deck was at some point number 97 on the Mythic ranked list of May of 2022, which is nowish. And I thought, yeah, it's got a nice balance of stuff. It's some things that are interesting, and I love a good Reanimator deck, especially when Velomachus is involved. So let's take a look at what's in this deck, and then we'll go play it and see how well it works. I'm imagining fairly well. At the low end, we've got Tainted Indulgence. Now, I've never actually played with this card. I've seen lots of people play with it. It seems to be making a lot of the rounds in the Demir category there. By the way, GRIXIS stands for, what is it, blue, black, and red. Blue, black, and red is what we're looking for here today. Now, Velomachus does make it white, but I don't think we're actually playing any like white mana. I think we're just planning on tossing that dude in the graveyard and then pulling him back as part of the Reanimator trick. But anyways, Tainted Indulgence here. So you pay 2, you draw 2 cards, then you discard a card unless there are 5 or more mana values amongst cards in your graveyard. So you like discarding. You want to get your big dudes, throw them away, which makes them easy to pull back out of the graveyard and use in a little bit for cheaper than you would expect. We've got the Fable of the Mirror Breaker, aka Kiki. On your first turn, you create a 2/2 Goblin Shaman token, and whenever it attacks, you create a treasure token. On your second turn, you may discard up to 2 cards, which is something you want to do, and if you do, you draw that many cards. And on your third turn, you turn it into the Goblin Shaman, who is a reflection of Kiki himself, where you can pay 1 and tap it to create a token. There's a copy of another target non-legendary creature you control, except it has haste, and you sacrifice it at the beginning of the next end step. Non-legendary, huh? That guy's legendary, that guy's legendary, that guy's legendary, that guy's legendary, that guy's legendary. I don't really know what we're, not legendarily copying, except for maybe the Goblin Shablin then. So yeah, it seems a little weird. All right, so we've got Prismari Command, in which that deals 2 damage to any target. Target player draws 2 cards and then discards 2 cards, which is the kind of thing you like to do. Target player creates a treasure token and destroy target artifact. You can choose any 2 of those things you want to do. It's great Swiss Army knife card for your use. We got Corpse Explosion. Oh, Corpse Explosion. I got to tell you, I've been wanting to play Corpse Explosion so bad because it just seems so cool. But for 3, you exile a creature card in your graveyard, and a Corpse Explosion deals damage equal to the exiled card's power to each creature and each planeswalker, as in like 6 points of damage, or 5, or 7, or 5, or 6. So that's, if you just pick one of these dudes, you're doing somewhere between 5 and 7 points of damage to all creatures and planeswalkers. With Corpse Explosion, suck it. All right, so we got the Maestros Charm. You choose 1. Look at the top 5 cards of your library. Put one of those into your hand and the rest into your graveyard. That's exactly what you want to do. Each opponent loses 3 life and you gain 3 life, or you deal 5 damage to target creature or planeswalker. That's the kind of crap I would normally pull as the bottom one, just because that's a very Dr. Suckit move. But in this deck, you want to start looking at that first option as far as putting stuff into your graveyard. We haven't reached it yet because right now Corpse Explosion is your best friend as far as blowing stuff up that's in there to wipe the board. But we got Baleful Mastery, which costs you 4 to kill or to exile a target creature or planeswalker. Exile is great. And if you want to, you could pay 2, at which point then they get to draw a card as part of that deal. So it's a pretty decent card in the clutch. We got the Graveyard Shift. I think this is the first of our Reanimator cards here. It costs 5. And this spell has flash as long as there are 5 or more mana values amongst cards in your graveyard. And so that means you can play it like an instant, which means on different weird parts of your turn as well as on your opponent's turn. Excuse me. Return target creature from your graveyard to the battlefield. Yeah, so Flash allows you to play it like right at the very end of their turn, at which point then they really can't do anything about it. You fly into your turn, at which point you can start attacking immediately. It's practically like giving the dudes haste, the ones that you're bringing back into the battlefield. All right, so we've got Return Upon the Tide. Return target creature from your graveyard to your battlefield. It costs you 5. If it's an elf, which it's not going to be, then don't worry about the rest of it. And we can foretell it and only pay 4 to do it. So we can save up for this a little bit early. Pay, was it 2 to get it into the savings, and then pay 4 to be able to use it when we want to. It's not bad. We got, okay, so let's get to our big boys here. We got Kairi, or is it Kairi? The Swirling Sky. So 6/6 dragon with ward 3. And whenever it dies, you turn any number of target non-land permanents with a total mana value of 6 or less to their owner's hands. Or you mill 6 cards and then return up to 2 instants and or sorcery cards from your graveyard to your hand. Cool one would be to let him die and then use Corpse Explosion to like wipe the board or something. For 6. Alright, anyways. So here's Jin-Gitaxias. Jin-Gitaxias. The Progress Tyrant. He looks like the Nowhere Man from the Beatles movie. Anyways, he comes out. He's a 5/5. Costs you 7 to put him out. He's blue. But whenever you cast an instant, artifact, or sorcery spell, you copy that spell. You may choose new targets for the copy. This ability triggers only once per turn. Whenever an opponent casts an artifact, instant, or sorcery spell, you counter it. There's nothing else to it. You just counter it automatically. Suck it. But it doesn't count towards creatures or planeswalkers. They can do whatever they want. But artifacts, instants, and sorceries, suck it. All right, we got Toxrill, the Corrosive. So this is a super slug. And when it comes out, let's see, at the beginning of each of your end step, you put a slime counter on each creature you don't control. Creatures you don't control get -1 for each slime counter, and whenever a creature you don't control with slime counter on it dies, you get a 1/1 black slug creature, and you can sacrifice a slug to draw a card. Toxrill is so awesome. We got Velomachus Lorehold. So Velomachus, when he comes into play, he's got flying, haste, and vigilance. And he's a 5/5. And whenever he attacks, you look at the top 7 cards of your library, and you may cast an instant or sorcery spell with a mana value of less than or equal to Velomachus' power amongst them without paying its mana cost. And then you put the rest of your in the bottom of your library in random order. So yeah, you could go up to right off the bat 5. I don't really see the ability to pump this dude, so it looks like 5's your deal there. What would you even do with it? Maybe a little Corpse Explosion? That could probably take you out as a problem. Take out your Velomachus at least. But you could do card draw. Maybe use some of this recursion to bring back another creature, that kind of stuff. Now this guy's super interesting. I've seen him play it against me a few times. But yeah, it's Lord Xander the Collector. And he's a 6/6 and says when Lord Xander the Collector enters the battlefield, target opponent discards half the cards in their hand rounded down. Whenever he attacks, defending player mills half their library rounded down. And whenever Lord Xander dies, target opponent sacrifices half the non-land permanents they control rounded down. So there's a lot of halvesies going on there with Lord Xander. We've got, let's see, 1-man land, and that looks like it's about it. And we got a bounce Kamigawa land. We got the mill and return creature and planeswalker Kamigawa land. Bunch of duels, whole bunch of duels. I'm sure there's a white in here somewhere potentially. Let's see. Yeah, with those duels, you'd think there'd be a white in there somewhere, but there ain't nothing. So yeah, Velomachus is only getting in through the back door. He's not being cast. All right, so that's the deck. Let's see how well this thing does. Subscribe. All right, we're playing against Una Alpaca. We got a bunch of mana. And I'm not really sure what we're going to do with it, other than, I guess, Maestros Charm. Keep. Well, everything costs 3 so far. I guess my first step is going to put out the Kiki-Jiki. Looks like we're playing against the Anvil. Still nothing to do for 2 mana. What else is on this? Black? I'll tell you, I'm just going to pop this out for the blue. We'll put out a little Kiki-Jiki action here. Yeah. My dude isn't even wearing pants. Kind of interesting, the soft jazz that comes with this particular arena. Magic isn't what it used to be. So I don't really have anything good in my hand to throw away. Super. All right, what are we going to get rid of here? We need to draw some cards. Let's... I want some mana though. Let's see what we could do. 1 and kind of want to play grave. Let's get rid of this one. I want to play Graveyard Shift. I just really want to play it. There's Velomachus. Love to get rid of him. All right. Red. Let's do red. Seems like red's a little on the high side here. Let us. Let's do this. We'll do that and that. We'll do 2 points here. Target a player. What are we going to get rid of? Cool, 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 cool. What is better? Okay, I'll get rid of this and that. He's got a lot of black there. I don't like the way that looks. Let's... Oh, I can just draw some cards, apparently. Okay, 1 and 2. Draw 2 cards, discard unless there are 5 or more. What's the problem there? Just 1? Okay, fine, we'll get rid of the land. I'm used to having a Velomachus deck that's got a lot more laying down the smack once Velomachus comes out and starts rolling all over the place. Some super creature pump or a little dragon breath or something. Drawn cards feels like a little bit on the wussy side for me. I should probably chill out and try to be a little bit more Grixis about the situation. From the land of sky blue waters. There we go. 2 damage. Yeah, let's do it. Target a creature. Target a player. Well, Velomachus, you gotta go in the graveyard, my friend. And we'll get rid of another land. There we go. So I could definitely Corpse Explosion, which would then take out lots of stuff. But that's, I'll just keep that as a, what is it, a sorcery, as just a backup in case any things go awry. What's with you, my friend? You're a 3/3? Cool. Okay, I'm going to leave the lands where they're at for the moment. Let's send in Velomachus. Let's play that for free. Yeah, he doesn't like it when I take too much time making the decisions of what to do to kill him. Victory! Victory! Subscribe. Alright, playing against JANGO, Unchained. JANGO. Alright, we got 2 mana. What's that going to get us? A lot, actually. Sure, right. We'll go for it. Got some slow mana, though. And the only thing that'll really get us, I think, is the Tainted Indulgence. Alright, fine, let's pop this one. Whop! Don't make me kill you. Dang. Alright, fine. Graveyard shift. I was already hoping for some other big dudes I can throw in the graveyard. What do I got in here anyway? Just the dragon. Let's see, 4 is not going to get us anything back from the grave. 5 will, though. Discard a card. See ya. Alright, so we got a little bit there. We got the Corpse Explosion. Not going to use that to take out a 1/1. Might have to use it to take out that guy. What do I have in here again? It's the dragon, that's right. You coming at me, brah? It's interesting the way that's lit up there. Somebody needs to be killed. Problem with killing Catilda, is this exile? I hope so. Yes, it is. Yoink. No! That's the devil, man. I can tell you, if I get to put my dragon in the graveyard, I am definitely going to corpse explode that guy all over the place. Problem is now you can get back 5 life for every 6 that I cause. That's gonna be a slow. And there you go. Throw some enchantment up there. You go to 7, 11. Oh, sweet googly moogly. Yeah, I almost need to kill myself just so I can corpse explode. That's what he needs right now. Let's see. Let's do this. Hope we get something really good. Okay. Let's send in the Swirling Sky. Problem is F5 is not going to do it, but it'll take out a lot of other stuff there, which would be nice. Let's just do it because I'm at 4 life. This isn't going to last well anyway. Suck it, everyone! Suck it! If you counter me, I'll be... Oh, Space Fist! That... Come on, man. You were going to win anyway. Don't be a jerk. Whatever. Yeah, that was very disappointing, Django. I'm gonna have to write another letter to your mom. Dear Django's mom, Django was not being fair. Defeat. Subscribe. Alright, we're playing against... Probably was it Dulce, would be my guess, but... Dulicel? Oh, we got 2 mana. I feel kind of burned by the 2 mana deal. I'm gonna mulligan. Okay, we got 3 that time. That's good. Corpse Explosion. Ooh. I go first, huh? Yeah, I'm thinking we'll toss the Graveyard Shift. Can put Toxrill into the graveyard, maybe return them at 4. Ooh, it's the Precious. I'm going to touch the Precious. Don't touch the Precious. Don't touch the Precious. Dulce. Alright, what else we got here? Okay, so this will be fast. I don't need it though. Let's put that out. Be nice and slow about it. I guess I could have played the Foretell on the Return of the Tide. Yeah, that was a mistake. Because I can actually do something on the next turn. I got more than enough red. I need more black. Choose one from my hand. Well, there's nothing good in there. I'm gonna grab that guy. And we're at 3 mana. Hopefully we'll pull a mana on the next turn. I need to get 2 of my cards into the graveyard. Prismari Command should be able to help me with that. Then discard 2 cards. Great. But yeah, I need to get this out as well. Boy, I need a little bit too much mana. Alright, come on. Pass the turnover. One, two, submit. Let's go ahead and blue it up. Okay, return from the Tide. It'll be a great card. I just got to forecast it. If I can get another mana on my next turn, we can just cast it. Get a little Velomachus action going on. Don't know what to do without that dead artifact creature. Touch the precious. Even fish. Yeah, I touched it. There's my mana. Run for the hills. Alright, what can we do? Give me my options here. Corpse Collision is a little too much. We're playing Maestros Charm. We are going to... We're going to 5-card it. We will put Senior Bevington in our hands. Alright, so that guy costs 7. I've got 5 right now. Let's see if I can throw some more stuff in the graveyard. I'd like to pull them out. Yeah, whatever. Have a good time. I touched it. You weren't doing a very good job protecting it. Okay, so I can actually play the Swirling Sky at this point. Let's just see what we can do. Next to damage. Okay, there we go. Can I put this guy as land, maybe? Can I? No, cycling. I don't. I want the land. Do I? No, I don't care. Let's go ahead and put out... stop it. There we go. Double dragon! Double dragon! So the worst part, let's just say he goes after Velomachus, is I'll just return him back from the graveyard and haste him out in the next turn. It's not going to be good. He's just going for it. Alright, here we go. That might have been a little presumptuous of me. There we go. Nice. Return up to 2 instances of sorceries. Let's do 1 and 2. Velomachus! Jin-Gitaxias! This is a very desperate time for him. Ooh, bunch of creatures. Come on, Jin-Gitaxias, you need to be protecting me from that crap. Who else do I want to bring back from the dead now? Let's do Lord Xander then. Choose another card, I guess. All right, Toxrill. Yeah, this is just, he's got to wipe the board. Let's see what happens. Gonna sacrifice for indestructible. Yeah, Toxrill's not going to let a lot of 1/1 stick around there, my friends. He's indestructible. There it is. He's doing the best he can. Alright, now it's a good game. Smoke it, Dulce! Smoke it! Subscribe. Is GRIXIS Reanimator. Going back to the old country of GRIXIS there. You know, this was an incredibly fun deck to play. Why? Because there was great opportunities to get these dudes out. And each one is a joy to play in their own right. As a matter of fact, probably the most boring card is probably Kairi, the Swirling Sky. You know, it's just a flying dragon, blah, 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 blah. Usually they find some easy way of getting around it. It's only a word. I mean, it's a word 3, which is pretty decent. But, I mean, Jin-Gitaxias is great. Toxrill is great. Velomachus, I love Velomachus. And Lord Xander is now high on my list of cards that I want to be playing with because of his having things all the time. Half their library. Half the online permanents of control running down. What is this? Half the cards in their hands rounded down. I mean, it's just such a nasty, nasty card. I gotta say, I love Return Upon the Tide. 5's not that bad in this deck at all. 4 is even better. Graveyard Shift, I don't even care about the flash. It's 5. I was good with that. Return Upon the Tide. Having 6 of those to bring them back, perfect. To being able to use these cards to dump things. If the Corpse Explosion was, I just wanted to use it so badly. On the other hand, I didn't want to wipe out my own dudes. So I suppose it's one of those situations that when you really need a board wipe, Corpse Explosion is great. You just got to then choke your other guys back. I mean, except for the fact that you'll be bringing them back from the grave, so big deal, right? This was the card I just don't understand why it is even in here, really. I guess it's because you want to discard cards, and so the second ability is the thing. Because the Kiki-Jiki himself, that Goblin Shaman that it comes out as, what are you going to copy? Everything is legendary. Everything is legendary. You copy your opponent's stuff? Nope, says you control. So yeah, I don't know, man. It's just you're copying a 2/2 Goblin Shaman token. It's a token. That's it. Oh, look at me. I can create another treasure. I guess that's good. Because at least with treasures, you can also play these. That's where we get the white from if we really needed to. A little bit of treasure action right there. Yeah. Yeah, no, this deck is well balanced. And I had tons of fun. And is it competitive? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you could definitely play it. It's going to do well. I would say, what am I going to give this one? I'm going to give it an A. I don't think it's an A+. I don't think it's an S tier deck, whatever. But I'd give it an A, absolutely. But, you know, what's more important is that, is this deck fun and is it fun for you? And it is definitely fun for me. Hey, that's it for now. I thank you very much for watching. I would really appreciate it if you could like or subscribe to this video because it helps me out a lot. I just want to remind you that you've made this day a special day just by being you. There is no person in the whole world like you, and I like you just the way you are. I hope to see you back here tomorrow, folks. Thanks a lot. See you later. Bye-bye.